Welcome to another Man Love Monday here on Unshakable Habits Live. What's going on, y'all? My name is Stephen Box, and I'm apparently slightly out of focus, but now I'm back. And this is Unshakable Habits Live. And you can tell it's live because I wouldn't record a video and upload it blurry. So that's how you guys know we're live. So today is Man Love Monday, and I have a couple of things I want to share with you today that I am absolutely loving right now. First of all, is a book I started listening to just last night. It is called The Power of Voice by Denise Woods. So I've only listened to the first chapter, full disclosure, but already absolutely loving it. The amazing part to me is when you pick up a book called The Power of Voice that promises to help you learn to speak better. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, totally being sarcastic, by the way, that I sometimes struggle to get my words out clearly. Most of the time it's fine, but every now and then I will mumble my words a little bit or jumble them together. And this was a book that was suggested to me by a speech coach. So I'm checking it out. And I have to admit, it's pretty cool when you have this book that is called The Power of Voice, and the person reading it just has this almost flow to the way they speak. It makes you think, hey, you know what? This person really knows what they're talking about. So I'm diving into that, loving it so far. I'll update you once I've finished with it. And hopefully you guys will be able to see a difference when I'm speaking. And maybe you'll just be like, hey, what was that book you were telling me about again? Because man, it really seemed to help. Another thing I want to share with you guys, this right here. This is the GoFit. You can see the logo up there in the top. The GoFit Grid Roller. And the thing I like so much about that particular roller is it's got these little bumps on it. You can see they're just little raised grooves. And what I like is when you do the foam rolling on that, they really can push into those little small areas that a normal foam roller cannot get into. If you haven't used a foam roller before, highly suggest it. Love using foam rollers. I do suggest maybe not starting it off with this one. It is a little bit intense if you're not used to it. But as you get used to foam rolling and you really need to dig deeper into those muscles, this grid foam roller is awesome. There's a couple other companies that do make similar ones. So I don't necessarily think you have to get this one. This is just the one that I got and I've loved it. I've had it for a couple years now and it's held up really well for me. And the final thing I have for you guys is this right here. So I just ordered these last week. I had some of the little elastic bands that broke on me from another company. And so I decided to order some from Rogue. And while I was getting those, I also came across these little bands. They had a deal where if you bought 3 items, then you got free shipping, but they had to be from a certain category. So I decided to grab a couple of these bands. And what these are is if you've ever seen those big, huge loop bands that people use to help do pull-ups and things like that, or they'll wrap it around their neck and do squats or whatever. This is basically a miniature version of this. And what these are really great for is if you do have a barbell or something at home and you're doing deadlifts and you want to add band resistance into it, which by the way, highly suggest. If you've never tried incorporating bands with your free weight exercises, it is next level stuff. Try it out and trust me on this. But the thing I like about these is you don't have to sit there and loop them over and over again. They are made for those short distance movements like a deadlift where you're only going from the ground and then you're standing up. So you're really bringing the weight to waist height. See, practice my power voice right there. But with these bands, you don't have to wrap them around. They're very sturdy. I mean, you can see how thick these things are. And even trying to pull on it with just my arms there, I can only get a slight pull on them. So they give you, this one is a good bit of resistance on it. and I'm really loving it. If you do not train with bands, even if you don't have free weights, even if you can't combine the two, highly suggest going and getting some really good bands. They're really all you need for a home workout. Not to say there's anything wrong with free weights. I love free weights. I think they serve a very specific purpose. Personally, I like to have a mixture. I like to have free weights. I like to have bands, cables if I can get a hold of them. I like things like the TRX. I like doing body weight stuff. I like to mix it up and get a lot of different type of variety in my movements and also attack my muscles in different ways. And all these different pieces of equipment, they work the muscle in different ways. So if you're at home and you can't get a hold of free weights, because I know free weights are still a little hard to find right now, but you can find some good resistance bands, you can absolutely get a great workout with them. But if you're wanting to combine the two, especially for things like deadlifts, highly suggest these Rogue bands. I used them the other day and they are absolutely awesome. So that is it for today's Unshakable Habits Live. And also this week's Man Love Monday. So just want to remind you once again, for those of you who might be new to the channel, that my name is Stephen Box. And what I do is I help people to take their habits and their routines from unsustainable to unshakable so that you can be more than good enough. You can be unshakable, even if you have zero willpower. I'll see y'all tomorrow.